I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles are making it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the brutal show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through in the day of our king's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
dumb game, bitch, we whole God. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord. Told them bitches either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like the dark. Any problem, let them go. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harvey Free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UBK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole part. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord. Told that bitches either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the clout and with the speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad. Got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steps. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole part. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low. Told that bitches either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made it call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
JT on the track.
You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my nigga. Yeah. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas to the be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General. Yeah. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown on many streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, like you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit. Y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Your mic is mute.
Hey, Tawada, sister. Let me go over that all again. This is Akashka, ISUPK Bahamas, Precinct Officer 50, and Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam to the men, Yahweh Shema Alatam by Hashem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. And this is our Sunday class. We're going to talk about one God. Now, we started out at One West under commanding General Yohana. He's the only man right now with the rank and authority to lead blacks. We had some technical difficulties. That's why we getting started a little late, but I think we got them all ironed out up to this point. Only a few minutes late, but we're gonna still get it in here. Now, I don't know if you have any questions before we get started. I sent out a couple of some other invites for the chat I didn't see anybody that's coming on, but not yet anyhow. It's so important for us as Israelites to follow God's commandment verbatim, and it seems like we're just getting too relaxed and flippant about the whole thing, meaning we're just getting too casual. We're getting too casual about what God says and His Word. We act like God is our buddy on the block, and that we have a one-on-one understanding with Him. But the truth is, God is all powerful, almighty, and all knowing, and we supposed to not see God as a friend, as a buddy, but we supposed to see Him as our Father and authority figure, meaning that what He say we should do. And so over time, I realized that a lot of people have gotten into this. I guess it's the same thing would happen in the garden. Let me see if I could find that passage in a minute right here. See if I could find that. Something interesting happened as I thought about it right in Genesis. Maybe in the second chapter. The third chapter. Okay. Okay, so and no. Okay, I'm gonna read it. I'm in my mind I'm thinking about how we are now not following God's word verbatim. Over time, it seems like we've allowed persons to water down God's word to us, and so we're not taking the force. We're not fighting our best fight every day because we come through this understanding, because coming out of the Christian church, you have the belief that God has forgiven you for all your sins that you committed and all the sins that you will commit. But it doesn't go like that. God, you are forgiven for your sins that you have committed through Christ's blood. But now, when you come to the truth, there's supposed to be no more sacrifices for sin. We are not supposed to continue in sin. Now, what I wanted to say is on the serpent, I want to read here in the Old Testament. Baby, another pastor class order. Priest and captain of 13,000, Captain Naita, Panyamiam, now Bashim.
Yahweh Shem Shabrakatha, Yahweh Shemata Bashim Shah. How we all
So
doing?
last year, Cap, we're doing good. We was having some technical difficulties, so I actually just was getting started just now. Get it
Okay.
all ironed out.
Okay, no sweat. I mean, things do happen with these technology.
Can on one can.
All right.
Yeah.
So, any questions to start the class off with? If not, we could jump into a topic that normally we take granted, because of the Christian church. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. If not, you could just while we go in, if you have any questions, just let me know. All right. Let's do the what do the Christian church call the prodigal son? You ever heard that saying in the Christian church?
Can't, sir. Yeah. If I may, then they say the prodigal son was where one son had stayed home, one son ran away, and he I guess he got all of his inheritance and went out and spent it, and then when he was broke, he came back home and his father received him. But the one who was home didn't particularly like the fact that his father gone and slaughtered the father's calf, and he said, "Well, you ain't never do that for me."
So yes. So what did the Christian church say about it?
So they say that was
what does it mean?
They were saying that mean that anybody who was out there doing whatever they want, once they come back home, they'll be received.
Yes, basically that's the gist of what they try to say. But now let's actually go read it for ourselves. You know what I mean? Let's do what plenty Christian, like the Christians doing right now. I shouldn't say what they're doing right, what they're not doing, which is opening the Bible and reading the story for themselves. So let's go to Luke 15. All right, Luke 15. All right, and remember what they like to say to it. Which testament do Christians love to read from?
They like the New Testament.
The New Testament, correct.
And the Gospels.
Yes. They stay away from what? The Old Testament.
The Old Testament.
Right? Why do they stay away from the Old Testament?
They say the Old Testament is done away with.
Yes, they like. Correct. They like to say the Old Testament is done away with, right? But if the Old Testament is done away with, then what you're saying is we're going to start in where? Which part of the story we start in?
In the middle.
Yeah, we're going to start in the middle. You ever get to, watching a movie, right? But the movie is, is not one of those, PG. One of those suspense, type thrillers, right? You come in the middle of that movie. What's your whole take? What's your whole take going to be on it? You're going to be what? Lost.
Cancer.
Right? And you'll be depending on somebody who you suspect read it or saw the movie to give you what?
To tell you what's going on.
To tell you what? Go ahead, sis.
To give you the best.
Yes, to get basically the full story or the gist of the story, basically, right? You depending on them to do it, and the people who I'm speaking about is your pastors, your reverends. You understand? You depend on them to come and give you the full story or the gist of the story, what Christ's trying to teach. Right? But let's see what they're doing here. So start at Luke 15, and we could start at 1.
Cancer.
Mm-hmm. Tell me when you get it. You have it?
Channel 1 cancer.
Go ahead.
Then drew near unto him all the publicans and sinners for to hear him.
Right? So then
Right
drew
here,
unto
this
him
is-
what? No, you're
Then
correct. Luke 15
Luke
and
chapter
1.
15 and 1. Cancer. Then
Mhm.
drew unto him all the publicans and sinners for to hear him.
Right. Your publicans is like in those days were your taxpayers, people who were working for the government, who were helping the government do what? Oppress the people, basically. You understand? Those were publicans. And then you have what? Who we call what? Your sinners.
Sinners.
Right? Read on.
And the Pharisees and the scribes murmured, saying, This man receiveth sinners and eateth with them.
You understand? That's how serious it was. You know what I mean? They did not understand Christ. Christ came to do what? He came for the weak, the poor. You understand? The brothers and sisters who basically was at the bottom of their own food chain. Right? You had the Sadducees and the scribes and them who were supposed to be what? Like your religious, you know what I mean? Your people who supposed to, you know what I mean, put the people on the right path. You understand? They had the resources, they had the power to do it. But they wasn't doing it. Just like who have the power to do it right now? Your Christian church. You know how much money your Christian church brings in? You know what I mean? Or for just tithes alone, plus it getting help from the government. You know how much money they bring in? But are they actually helping the people? You understand? They're not. Read on.
Cancer. And he spake this parable unto them, saying,
Mm-hmm.
What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he lose one of them, did
Mm-hmm.
not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go
Mhm.
after that which is lost?
Which is
until
what?
he find it, which is lost.
So he,
until
which
he
is
find
lost. So
it.
he giving you what? What's a parable? Parable is what? What's a parable? Look that up. Look up what a parable is. Right? And we all know why, right? Why Christ, you know what I mean, speaking these parables. Right? And sometimes these parables were so, you know what I mean, difficult for these, you know what I mean, Christians, or who will say the Sadducees and Pharisees, to understand. They would just leave. You know what I mean? They couldn't answer Christ. You understand? Who you got the parable definition? I could give it right here if you want. You want me to read it?
Cancer.
So parables. Parable, right? Plural parable. So it says a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lessons, right? So Christ is giving you a lesson right here now, right? So what is he speaking about here right now? Read it again.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 4. What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he lose one of them, did not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go
Right.
after that which is lost?
So he's gaining what? This is a lesson he's trying to show you here, teacher, right here. Right? Can he get a lesson? And he using the fact that what? A man or your shepherd has what? 100 sheep. One go missing. He leaves what? The 99. Why does he leave the 99? Mm-hmm. Why does he leave the 99?
So
Mm-hmm.
like I said, if I may, he leave the 90 and 9 because they're basically safe, and he don't know
That's it.
what is happening to the one.
That's it. They're safe. That one ain't safe. So he has to go what? He's going to look for that one. But at 99, he know he has that 99. You understand? And he, remember the context, you know, I mean, what we was reading above. It was speaking about him speaking to who? Sinners and publicans. People who, yes, people who were looked down on in society. In Israel, a sinner, you know what I mean, you didn't want to be a sinner in Israel, in Jerusalem. You didn't not want to be that because you were treated like a heathen, basically. You understand? Peter didn't speak to the brothers outside of Jerusalem for the mere fact that one, they wasn't circumcised on the 8th day. That's how serious it was. And he had to get a vision to understand, yo, they are my brothers. What the Lord cleansed, I can't call what unclean. You understand? And Paul was trying to explain that to him because there was a situation to where the disciples, I think one of the disciples, I can't remember if it's Peter, or it was mentioned that the disciples did not want to be seen with any brother that was outside of Jerusalem. That was looked down on. That's like, you hanging with who? Him? With that sinner? You still hanging with him? That's how serious it was. And especially somebody like a publican who was basically trying to oppress his people. He was a tool used by the Roman Empire to oppress his people. You understand? You collecting taxes for Caesar? Nah, that wasn't a good look. You know what I mean? And we stayed, you know what I mean? We basically ostracized people like this from society. But Christ went and did what? He went and speak to them. He went and tried to do what? Change them. You understand? Right? Read. Go back to Luke and read Luke.
From the top?
No. Skip to verse 5.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 5. And when he had found it, he laid it on his shoulders, rejoicing.
Yes, son, because he happy to find this one lost sheep. Read on.
And when he cometh home, he calleth together his friends and neighbors, saying unto them, Rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep which was lost.
So he was so happy that he found this one sheep. He had a party for it. Called his neighbor and friends over and you know what I mean, they celebrated. Right? Read on. No, skip down to verse 11.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 11. And he said, A certain man had 2 sons.
A certain man had what? 2 sons.
Had
all right,
2
read on.
sons.
So remember, this is a what? This is a parable. Right? This is a parable, right? Are these 2 sons really 2 sons? Are they really? Then let's read on and you'll see. Read.
A certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of good that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living.
Read on.
And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living.
You understand? So this is a young son that went and got his inheritance from his father and went and just enjoy life, basically. Riotous living. Right? Read on.
And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want.
You understand? Now there's a what? A big famine in the land. Spent all the money. You understand? He ain't planned for a rainy day. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna spend this. All right, read on.
And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country.
Go on.
And he sent him into his field to feed swines.
Right. So now he find himself being a what? A servant. You understand? Remember, he was in a house with his father and brother. They was living well. Right? But then he decided to go off with his inheritance. And instead of taking care of it, he went and squandered all of it. Read on.
And he would find he would fill his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him.
And no man what?
And no man gave unto him.
And no man gave unto him. Good night. That is you all have a storm?
Yeah, we got a thunderstorm in the background. So.
Whoa, yeah, I hear that. I was like, man, I was like, what he just threw down there? That's the Lord. Go ahead.
Can. And when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger.
I say he shall come to his senses.
His senses, cancer.
Right? Read on.
And I will rise and go to my father, and I will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee.
Read on.
And am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants.
Make me as one of thy what?
Hired servants.
So he just, you know what I mean? I prefer to do what? Be your servant than be what? Some other person's servant.
Kind of one cancer.
You understand? Now, okay. For you to understand the story, right? You recognize it doesn't say anything about what? Prodigal son in there, right? But the Christian give it that name. We haven't read anything saying what this is the prodigal son.
That answer.
Yeah, they give it that name. Just like with the what you call it again, with the apple, right? When you read Genesis and it speaks about Eve eating a fruit, does it say what type of fruit it was?
That answer.
It does not say. But somehow Christians just say what? It was what? An apple. You ask any Christian, what fruit did Eve eat? They're going to say an apple. You understand? Because that's the dogma they try to teach, or the doctrine they teach in the Christian church. And people just do what? They just eat it up. They just gobble it up. They don't sit down and read it. Now remember, this is a parable. Christ is speaking about something specifically here, right? And we're gonna have to know the background, and the background is where? Where's the background?
It's like it's if I may.
It
should be in the Old Testament.
Yes, it's the Old Testament.
Cancer.
Remember when Christ walked the earth, right? Was it the New Testament that he was just reading and living? No, it was not wrong. So it was what? He is quoting something from where? The Old Testament. He's giving them a story, breaking it down to them. Why? Because these Sadducees and Pharisees, these religious leaders, right? They were the ones, right? When Christ came, they were supposed to do what? They were supposed to stop doing what they're doing and follow Christ. You understand? And Christ came into the New Testament to do what? What does the Bible say Christ came to do?
To save his people from their sins, sir.
That's it. Christ came to save his people. And who is Christ's people?
Like it says.
It's
Yes, the Israelites. Correct. But there's a problem because in the Old Testament, what happened to the Israelites?
they were scattered.
Be a little more specific when you say they were scattered. What do you mean?
They were they moved from around to different nations, to different countries.
Yeah. Okay, you're somewhat on to it. Let's go here. Let me see if let's go to Ezekiel 37 and 15. Ezekiel
50,
37.
sir.
50, no,
Oh,
15. 15.
Sir. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, and verse 15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah, and for children of Israel, his companion.
Right? So now, who is Judah and who is Israel?
Shilakis, if I may.
Go ahead.
Judah would be, of course, this is when the kingdom was split into two.
Now, you see why you have to read the Old Testament? If you don't read the Old Testament, right, and you just read the New Testament, you would never know the kingdom was what? Split.
Split into two.
It splits. And why did it split? Who caused it to split?
Well, Shilakis, if I may. This king, I think it was King, I know it split under Jeroboam, but I think it happened because of King David.
Nope, not David. Remember, the Bible said, yes, the Bible said King David was a man after the Lord's own heart.
It had to have been Solomon. Yes.
Solomon. What was the reason the kingdom got split? Because of Solomon.
If I may, so I think he had all of these heathen wives.
Yes, because of these women, these strange women. The Bible is against interracial marriage. It's against it. Right? The Lord is against interracial marriage. When he made the European man, he made the European woman. When he made the Asian man, he made the Asian woman. Every nation have their woman. You understand? And the Lord wants our nation to be within our nation, to stick within our nation. So you can't go and marry a son off, you know what I mean, to some African or some Chinese man, right? That would be against God. That would be against the Bible. You understand? You can't marry a daughter off to some heathen. You understand? Right? Remember what happened? What happened that was so something happened on the earth that we will never forget about because of that. And Solomon, he forgot about it. What happened on the earth? Remember the flood?
Cancer.
Noah?
Cancer.
That came about because the Lord, the sons of God were having what? The giants were having what? Relations
with the
sons, the
Sons of
daughters
God.
of men. The daughters of
Can't
men,
say.
meaning the heathens. The Most High never wanted us to join on to these other nations. That's why who Adam married?
Bone of
Who
his
is-
bone and flesh of his flesh, sir.
Yes, what? Someone from his what?
From his
That's what the F?
tribe, his
So-
family.
Yes, someone from his family. Right? Now people will say, nah, that wasn't that law, that's a new law. No, Lord never liked interracial marriage. Never did. Never did. You understand? Right? Now read on, read Ezekiel.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 16 again, or go to 17, sir?
You could go to 17. No.
Come on.
Finish 16, because 16 it have the two sticks and it explain what you were saying.
Oh, come on, sir. I'll read it again. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companion. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim,
The
and
stick
for
of
all the of Ephraim.
Of Ephraim. So why is it saying Judah? Who was Judah? So we know the kingdom was split, right? So who was Judah?
Like I said, if I may, Judah is the colloquial where they refer to the 2.5 tribes, which is Judah, Benjamin, and the half tribe of Levi.
Yes, part of Levi, correct. And who is Israel?
Israel would be the 10.5 tribe, or the 9.5, which means 12. Council.
Correct. Right? Those were Hispanics and your native Indians, just to put it in a, you know what I mean, just to summarize it. Good? No. And to say what? And write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim. Why is it saying Joseph, the stick of Ephraim? Right? Just for time's sake.
If I may, Ephraim would have been, I think, because Ephraim would have been the head of that group.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Just like Judah, right? With Judah, Benjamin and Levi was with them, but they call them what? Judah. You understand? Right? Remember, in Genesis, it say what? A lawgiver from between thy leg, meaning what? Judah. A lawgiver was going to come from between his leg. And that lawgiver was who? Was Christ. Christ was a so-called what? Jew, which means he was from the tribe of what? Judah. Right? Now read on.
For all the house of Israel, his companion.
Right? So you know why we go in here, right? Because these would be referred to as what? These are the what in the parable. These would be what in the parable we read in Matthew's.
So that case, if I may, these should be then the two sons.
These are the two sons. Why? Because Judah, right? The Lord what? Held on to Judah. That's why the majority of what Jews were where? In Jerusalem. Right? And what happened to the other 9.5 tribe?
They were scattered.
But they were outside of Jerusalem. They were outside. You understand? The other tribes were outside, basically. And by that time, some of them had already what traveled all the way where down to the Americas, right? Right, but there were also brothers and sisters who were living outside of what Jerusalem, right? Good. And those were the what? The two sons. And the Lord said he came to what? Christ came to do what?
Yes.
What Christ came to do?
To save his people from their sins.
Yes,
and
but
came not,
pertaining to the parable. Read, finish reading Ezekiel.
Cancer.
Read verse 17.
Cancer. This is verse 17 of the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become.
And join them what? One.
And join them in one stick, into one stick.
One stick. Meaning now we have what? The tribe of what? Or the children of what? The children of Israel.
Israel. Cancer.
Son. Today we don't say what? You are Judah and you Israel. Ain't no separation today. Today is what? We all are what? The children of Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Now, if you don't know that, then of course you're going to say Christ came for who? Yes, you're going to say Christ came for everyone. You're going to say, you're going to liken this parable to what? To someone leaving the Christian church and coming back in. It could be a Chinese, it could be an African, it could be a European. You're going to liken that story. You're going to give it a name, prodigal son, to name it like that, so that every and anybody could come into your religion. You know what I mean? And you gave them up to being what? Saved. Right? But read on.
And they shall become one in thine hand.
And they shall be what?
And when they shall be one in thine hand.
Read on.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, and verse 18. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, will thou not show us what thou meanest by this, by these?
Read on.
Say unto them, thus said the Lord God, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in thine hand, in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and I will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall become one in mine hand.
You understand? Now go back to Matthews. Go back. It's Luke you was in. Sorry.
Luke.
Yeah, go back to Luke and skip to verse 20. Right? And who will be the father in the who will be the father in the parable? Who's the father in the parable? Who's the father in the parable?
So like I said, I mean that the father would be God.
Yeah, the Most High. Yes. He's the one who decides who come in and who stays out, right? So read on. Read verse, start from verse 20.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 20. And he arose and came to his father, but when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said unto his father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and I'm no more worthy to be called thy son.
So this son is coming back to the father doing what? What is the son doing right now?
So like
He's
said,
what?
repenting.
Come on. Yes, he's repenting. Yes, he's asking for forgiveness. Right, read on.
This is the book of Luke chapter 15 and verse 22. But the father said unto his servant, bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet, and bring hither the fatted calf.
Right, read on.
Kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry.
You understand? So this father is what? This father is happy that his son, you understand, returned where? Home. Yeah. Even though he squandered his inheritance, he squandered it. Remember when the Lord split the kingdom, right? He let Jeroboam take the 9.5. But guess what Jeroboam started doing? He started worshiping other gods. He started making images that were in Egypt. And he caused the people to what? Sin. You understand? He caused the people to sin by doing that. You understand? That's, if it's one thing, in one way you want to anger the Lord, you be a sinner. You be a sinner, and the Lord is going to turn his back on you. You understand? And let his angels go to work on you behind to teach you a lesson. You understand? You're either going to learn it here, right here and right now, or you're going to learn it where in the regeneration. You understand? In the reincarnation, you're going to come back and you're going to be judged on the way you live your past life. You understand? You ain't getting an easy pass. You're just going to die and either go to heaven and what, hell? You understand? You ain't getting an easy pass. You're going to come back right here in hell. You understand? Right? Read on.
This is the book of Luke chapter 15 and verse 25. Now his eldest son was in the field, and as he came and drew nigh to the house, he heard music and dancing.
And now think about this. Think about this in a way like you have a sibling, right? You the good one. You the one that, you know, I mean, do everything daddy said to do. You understand? But your other sibling, he is, you know, I mean, he doing everything you're not supposed to do. You understand? And he left out. And now picture he coming back in. And now you seeing the way the father is what? Engaging with that son. Right? Like typical, you know what I mean, Negroes, I would say, or black people, I would say, you know what I mean? We don't like to see somebody having the easy way. You understand? You know what I mean? Outside of the truth. You know what I mean? People in the world, they hate when you what are called so-called come up and you didn't have to work hard like them. They hate it. You know what I mean? It's something, I don't know what it is, but it boils down to just hate and jealousy. You understand? Now read this.
And ask what these things meant.
Read on.
And he said unto him, thy brother is come, and thy father has killed the fatted calf, because he has received him safe and sound.
All right. He has received him what?
Safe and sound.
He's received them safe and sound. Right? This ain't talking. Remember, Christ, all the way to the top, was speaking about publicans and who? Sinners. That has to do with what? Brothers and what? Sisters. You understand? That had to deal with the Israelites, the Judah and who? Israel. The blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Indians. This has nothing to do with any other nation. But somehow your pastor, he find a way to bring them in when that's not talking about them. Talking about these two sticks in the Old Testament that had to be what? Joined together. You understand?
Okay.
The reason why they separated was because of who? Solomon, what Solomon did. Not because he had so many wives, is because of the type of wives he had. He had strange wives, and the Lord despised that because he know when you go love these other nation, you go marry these other nation, what ends up happening? What end up happening when you go marry these other nation?
Like you said, I may.
Uh-huh.
You end up serving their God. They turn you away from your God.
Say that one more time.
You serve their God, you turn away from your God to please them.
That's it. That's it. 99% of the time, you're going to do what? You're going to serve their God. You understand? That's why majority of, of us, I won't say majority of us, but some of us, it's easy to see why the truth, it's like a stumbling block to you. Because why? Because you might be what? In bed with one of these heathen. You understand? So now what we seeing, it's like, now hold up now. Now you want to defend who? The same person the Lord telling her to go marry. You understand? You want to serve her God or his God. So now you're in a Christian church, and the Christian church will allow you to marry what? Anything. Anything. You understand? And when I say anything, meaning any nationality, the Christian church will allow you to marry. You understand? Right? Read on.
Sir. This is the book of Luke, chapter 15, verse 28. And he was angry and would not go in. Therefore came his father out and entreated him.
Therefore what?
And he answered, therefore he came his father out and entreated
because
him.
Why? Because he is vexed. He's angry. You understand? And we can't be like that. That's why today you might hear people saying the Hispanics, they're not us. They're not one of us. You understand? I don't want to let them in. But you have no say in the matter. The Lord already let them in. That's your brother and your sister. The Mexicans, them Puerto Ricans, you understand? South Central America, they're brothers and sisters. Right? Read on.
Sir. And he answering said to his father, Lo, these many years do I serve thee.
Mm-hmm.
Neither transgressed I at any time thy commandments. And yet thou never gavest me a kid, that I might make merry with my friends.
You understand what he's saying here, right? Basically he trying to build a case that what? This man or this son or this brother don't deserve the kindness he's getting from his father. Right? Read.
But as soon as this thy son was come, which has devoured thy living with harlots, thou hast killed for him the fatted calf. And he said unto him, Son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine.
You understand? And he was trying to get them to understand that back then. Because why? Because remember, when Christ was here, right? He was trying to do what? He was trying to teach Peter and them what to do when he leave. Some of the things Peter and them did not understand. What was one of the things Peter and them didn't understand? What was one of the things come on?
If I may, water baptism.
Yeah, they did not understand that. How you know they didn't understand that?
But I can paraphrase because
Mm-hmm.
at some point they said, then I remember, and when they remembered, then they realized that they were not supposed to be doing water baptism, and then the Holy Spirit fell on the person they was ministering to.
Very good. So which means they were doing what?
They were doing water baptism.
Yeah. When they was doing it? When did they do it?
After Christ had ascended.
Go to John 4:1.
So this is the book of John, chapter 4, and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
When therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John, though Jesus himself baptized not, but his disciples. He
So
left
when were they
Judea
baptizing?
while Jesus was here.
Yeah, but he let them alone because they didn't understand. That's why Peter had said what? Peter had said, I will not deny you, Christ. But Christ said what? When the cock crows 3 times, you would have what? You are going to what? Deny me.
Deny me, cancer.
All right?
Deny me twice.
You understand? Like what you're going to have to understand is this. You understand? Especially in the truth. One, you know what I mean, there's something you're going to have. You understand? And everything else going to be added on after. And what's that? What do you have to have?
So like you said, I mean, faith.
That will be added on after. What you're talking about, it will be added on after. What you have to have.
Discipline.
For a man and a woman, right, to have a relationship for a lifetime, what do they have to have to each other? For a man and his, you know what I mean, his and his friend to have a lifetime of friendship, what do they have to have?
So like yourself, would it be love?
That will be added on to it.
Well, trust then. So
you coming close to it. You're coming close. You're real close. You're right there. What do they have to have? Okay. Brothers who you hear or these other Israelite groups, right, where their leaders, right, were once in the UPK. They left the UPK. Right? What are they showing?
They're showing that they're not. I guess they're not dedicated to the first.
You had to say that word. Come on, I'm looking for that word. I want that word from you, from either you or Sister Peach. I want that word from you because that is what you're going to have to make it in here. You're going to have to have that. And because of that, nobody or nothing could make you want to leave out of here. Nothing could make you want to leave out here. Not even me dealing with you inappropriate. When I say dealing with you inappropriate, meaning me speaking to you in a way where it's, you know what I mean, where for lack of a better word, disrespecting you. You understand? You will be, you know what? The school is not like that. Captain Nathak has a problem. I'm going to ask for a counselor. You understand? Ain't nothing gonna make you want to leave out of here if you have that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I'm gonna have to give you it.
It's not trust.
That comes with it. Like when I say the word trust, faith, all those words you just said, it's going to that word is basically going to what was the word, encapsulate all of it.
So is it
Come on, sis, you want to give it
that?
I'm gonna guess this one. I'll try. No, okay. When that's part of, that's the byproduct of having this.
Cancer.
Come on, sis, you want to give it a try? Give one try.
So like you said, I didn't even hear the question. My internet went out.
Okay, the question is this: what would you have to have, right, so that you don't leave out of here? What does a man and a woman, you're a couple, right? What would they need in their relationship so that it lasts for a lifetime? What do two female friends need to have so that friendship lasts a lifetime?
Trust.
Akashka said that, but it's part of it. I'm gonna give it loyalty. Loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You need that, right? Because loyalty will do this. You may not understand a scripture. That don't mean because you don't understand it, or someone break it down to you, and it's like, nah, that's not what I hear Johnny Hannah saying. I know you leave. Or nah, that how you know what I mean, that is the prodigal son. How Captain Atta broke it down there. Nah, that a song right. You leave out of here for any reason, you're disloyal. And if you leave out of here and think you could go in the world and have some relationship that's you're gonna last, no, you're fooling yourself. You leave out of here, you're gonna be disloyal to anything and everyone. You understand? It's you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? Unless I'm in here telling you that today we're gonna have to drink goat blood. You're gonna be like, hold up now. So you never taught us that. Where's that in the Bible? You understand? But unless I tell you, you know what I mean, anything else to go worship the moon, the stars, or whatever, you better, you know what I mean, be loyal to not me, but to Christ. You understand?
Cancer.
Like so many of us get caught up in the whole, you know what I mean, like what do they call it? Man pleasing. You understand? Don't please me. What you do, you have to please Christ. You understand? How a woman treats her husband, that's, you know what I mean, she is letting Christ know how much she does what? She cares about him, basically. You understand? Some of these women, they have men at home, but they treat the preacher better than the man. You can't do that. When I say they treat the preacher better than the man, meaning the preacher, he can tell them, yo, I want you all to cook this on this day. The man tell them to cook or to make a sandwich, and it's an issue. It's an issue. You understand? The preacher tell you, you should wear a flowers dress on Sunday. Your man don't wear a flowers dress. You wear a regular dress. Guess what? You're gonna listen to the preacher. I'm being simple with it, but that's how simple it is inside that church. That's how simple it is. To the point whereas you start calling Jesus your what? We start calling Jesus
Slack,
In
you
the
said they call
Christian,
Jesus the husband.
yeah, the man. I listen to Jesus.
Cancer. They listen to Jesus.
Nah, you listen. The pastor is your man. That man at home, he is just a toy, some toy. You understand? He ain't. I mean, he ain't nobody. You understand? That
Come on,
is,
cancer.
you know what I mean. You ain't gonna make it. You know what I mean in the world like that. You know what I mean? That is a ton of headache, right? So come on, read. Go back and read that for me now. Where we at right now? I think it's Luke. Did we finish with Luke, right? I think we finished with Luke.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer.
You have any questions? Since I know we up on the time. Any questions for me on it? I mean, if not, we gonna get back. You know what I mean, again on Thursday with it again. Okay. All right. So with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Ashka.
Cancer. Over there. Okay, this is the security announcement. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves off the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. And it means tenth in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashira. 10% of every penny of any increase that the Lord gives you, give it to the Treasury Department or the teacher. The priest fund. Free will offering for priests is not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give, you can give. The upcoming Holy Convocation, we're still in the period of first fruits, 50 days after the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which ends June the 17th. If a brother or a sister wants, if a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he must start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirt, black pants, and headbands and scarf. And with that, as I imagine, you give a courtesy salute to our teacher, man of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah,
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Yanamata.
Amajim sister, Yanamata. We give a courtesy salute to the sister, Amajim Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Alatam Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema, Ilatan, Bash,
Yanamata.
And that's
Dismiss.
class dismiss. Come on, sir. Tawada, sir.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.